10 players that have surprised me in FIFA 22. Beautiful people, what's happening? Welcome back to the YouTube. I'm not holding you up. We're coming in lively, high energy. If you're new around these parts, it's free to subscribe. I got 10 players we got to talk about. Criteria, I didn't expect them to be this good. Also, these guys are going to be in rotations. Means you're seeing them used. And it's, of course, opinion-based, if that wasn't clear-cut. And comment down below, what players have surprised you? I don't care about ratings. This is personal, extra personal. I got 10 names. Mkhitaryan. Has there been a better year? Drop a like for Mkhitaryan. Finesse shot trait, which might be a theme. Impressive with the shooting, the dribbling, the first touch control, passing, stamina, and a 5-star weak foot. They say you can't have the cake and eat it too. I beg to differ. This is that ice cream, the cake, extra icing, candles. Plus you came with an appetite and you don't have to share. I just wouldn't expect him to deliver like this, to provide like this, to be influential like this. And almost everyone, I'm looking at my list, extremely affordable. The market has players down bad or down good. There's not nearly on the budgets that you may have anticipated. Aubameyang. And hold on, some of you will say, how can you be surprised by Aubameyang? He's never really been my type. Not an attention grabber, kind of unique, can be a little clumsy, a little more route one, but the traits are real. The chip shot, the outside of the foot, the long shooting, the finesse, you name it. And he has a knack to score in a variety of manners. And by no means am I saying that he's got proper etiquette. If you have him at the dinner table, he's gonna do what he's gonna do. But I'm scoring crosses, corner kicks, leak outs, chip through balls, over the tops, outside of the box, inside of the box, finesses. I repeat, finesses. The way that I'm saying that makes it sound like some sort of Greek god or demigod.
Finesses.
What happened last night? Did you see the finesses? He made an appearance. Watch out. Correa. And hell, wasn't on my radar. Was he on yours? Kind of the definition of both overpowered, maybe underrated, and unexpected. Fits into this. Easy links. Big league. Lateral movement. And I find him to be able to work in the tightest of spaces. If you need to unlock a car, he could break into it. And you always have to try to find any window that's possible when you're inside that box or you're working around the edge. Big game player, big game chew. That is a gum reference that most of you will not remember or relate to. Jonathan David. And we're going with the inform. But it started for me with the initial baseline, 78 overall. Frankly speaking, David has never made any list that I've put together in FIFA. I went through many videos, past content he's never talked about. This year is different. Shout out to my Canadians. He's cleaning the pitches. I call him the custodian. Been a real joy in terms of expression, output, and the definition of a surprise. Scoring a lot of goals. And as per usual, price tags, they don't hurt. They're underlying. There's a certain level of access, affordability. This year's just different at the moment. I should also mention, of course, this video includes my surprise players at the time period that the video is being projected or created or edited, recorded. I can't predict the future. Sane. Nothing statistically makes this item stand out. Outside of maybe the pace, the extra burner, the kicker. If anything, he's got drawbacks. He's one-footed, but I'm still using him heavy. Rotation, absolutely. In behind, one-man counterattack. Finesse with range, long distance. But welcome to FIFA. Been one of my favorite players. And he's trustworthy. You could build a solid friendship. The foundation is there. Talisca. We got an opportunity to unlock basically free money, free upgrade. One to watch is where I want to focus. That was 15,000 coins, and you knew before completing the SBC, you would be receiving not the 82, but the 84. You almost had insider trading, and he might have the most movement from any player that I have used in this year's installment. And I talk about it, but he's unorthodox. He's got a strange body type. He's unique. Can use both feet, still has the agility and the curve and certain access points that are not normal for players with this type of stature. Plus, he's Brazilian. You're going to be able to link him up. And in many of your cases, he's going to end up being a super sub, whether it's now or later in the game. Firmino, one of the most asked about players when I'm live streaming. Maybe because I'm using him a lot, but that also tells me people and players are unsure. And he looks like a tweener. When you pull up the stat check, you start questioning, where do I play him? I wouldn't recommend him on the wings. Don't play him up top. Even as a center attacking mid, you're not maximizing. This is going to be a holding mid or a center mid. And he orchestrates, plays multiple instruments, speaks multiple languages. He's well cultured. It's not just about the white teeth. And he can step into space. And with a FIFA that has been a little more defensive, I need guys like this that have those offensive characteristics, but can still take up space on the defensive end, can still chase back, but gives you a certain form of confidence, an outlet, the passing. He could be that deep lying midfielder as well. I don't know if I want to go as far as saying Pirlo-esque. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Insigne, another player that's always sat on the fence for me. Realistically speaking, more so he sat on the bench or the reserves. It's not someone I necessarily gravitated towards. However, in FIFA 22, that first touch is freaking clean. New car wash, fresh kicks, icy whites. First time you put together the outfit, the lookbook, ensemble. Drive this vehicle off the lot. That's how I feel. Scored big goals thus far. Finesse, of course, it's there. He's part of the 5 trait club, not the classic car club. The point that I'm making, Insigne is not a player that makes it into my rotations or lineups. He's not on my mind or my perspective of how I believe FIFA's gonna work out. He's kind of a specialist, but this year he's competing. And I've played him as a center attacking mid, I've played him out wide. You're gonna like what he's all about. And as per usual, the players, easy pickups. I could have made this a discount shopping list. Coupons, Groupons. I'm sending you to the clearance aisle. Money, Mahrez. And some of you will say, Mike, hold on. You've always talked about Mahrez. That's true. I don't think on paper his stats look unstoppable or unbreakable this year. But maybe what's more important, I've never seen Mahrez used by so many different types of FIFA players, whether to start a year, midway point, end of the game. We know that he's evasive. He's deceptive by nature. That's always been part of his DNA. His MO, what makes money, Mahrez special. But between those wiggling and working, tight roping, footwork on point, always matching, he's providing an experience that is not replicated by other players this year. And I have the bias that I know Mahrez has some demonic tendencies. Absolute demon. You get him going, you're gonna be scoring, you're gonna be providing, you're gonna be causing havoc, problems. But he is gonna be a starter, or a preferred starter. Not someone that I would necessarily gravitate towards bringing off the bench because he doesn't have the same type of afterburner. Often when you have a super sub, you want someone that has that straight line pace or that straight line speed. That has always been the critique for Money Mahrez. Kareem, the dream, Benzema. I realize he's an 89 overall, but I want to reiterate, Benzema is not a pickup until you start getting a bunch of upgrades. In fact, this year he already has 2. He is ahead of the curve, and I do want to emphasize curve because he's scoring goals, big body, the game's a little bit slower, shielding, holding up, positioning, winning everything in the air. This is the best Kareem Benzema that we've really been able to have in the last 5-6 years of FIFA. I do recall, we're going for a throwback Thursday, there were some times where he was at Real Madrid with Cristiano Ronaldo, and that 1-2 punch had usability. It paralleled, it matched up, dominoes, bars. I spit hot fire. If you catch everything that I'm saying. That's the video. If you have not slapped the LaBelle, that's down below. Finesse that. Stay connected with me on social media, at Mike LaBelle, of course. A lot more content coming out daily. We upload daily. You name it, we're there. Your surprise players, I need that down below.